Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Recipe for Adventure with me, your host, Freebiewits, and my good friend, Sai. Sai, will you say hello today?
Don't think like it.
Ah,
Don't feel like it.
you don't feel like
I'll
it?
just. Nah, I don't feel like it.
Don't feel like it. That is a huge shame.
Yeah.
But that's
I'll
okay.
say greetings, but that's about it.
Greetings. Okay. So my question today
Mm-hmm.
is, and I think this is going to apply to a lot of game masters. Uh, what is your favorite way to start a campaign?
Ooh.
Because, like, we all know the generic, you all meet in the bar, and I've done that plenty of times myself. It just feels like tradition at some point. You've got to do it at least once in your, like, game master career,
Yeah.
right? Once again, like, even if you don't think it's a great idea, you got to do it once for tradition's sake. But
I yeah, it's tradition's like I kind of like my first my start to be like on the go somewhere.
mm,
Like everyone's traveling to the same destination for some reason or another.
like in a caravan or something like
Yeah,
that.
like in a carriage or as part of a convoy or just just travelers on the road traveling through town, like or outside like the city gates trying to get inside,
Sure,
like
sure.
something that's like more slightly more like you know you have agency to arrive at a destination,
Mm-mm.
and then that's also when I'll like disrupt it somehow and
Like
force the party together
like
if
the
they weren't
bandits
already.
attack or something like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like you're in a caravan, you're traveling along. There's just a bunch of other randoms in the carriage, but when bandits attack, it's like these other people I'm with who look kind of scary. They are scary, but they're on my side, so let's go.
I think it's a meme, but like it's very accurate. In that, like, imagine being a bandit with like a group of people you trust, and you attack a random caravan, and four strangers somehow work together, like, even though they didn't know each other for more than a day, are working together way better than you are for like your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I didn't put it very succinctly. I think the meme does it much better, but I think you
I
understand.
understand what you mean. Yeah.
Ah, my favorite way to start a game, and I don't think I've done it with you yet, but it's by introducing the players to their base of operations. It's like, hey, you guys are the new hires. Well, here's your base of operations. Why don't you introduce yourselves to each other? So, like, sort of in character, sort of thing. It does feel a bit clunky, but it gets like the prep work out of the way because I your method is something that I would have chosen myself, but like I'm trying to be different to you here and give like a bit of variety to the viewers. In that, like, I just love having a base of operations for players, and this, like I said, it's the quickest way to just get people on board. It's like, yep, you're all working together. You may not know each other before, but this is literally your job. And of course, I would tell players like ahead of time, it's like, hey, you are playing in a guard campaign. You are all guards for this city and such like that. Um, Tell me your reason for working for the guard, and then we'd go from there. Essentially, it is. It feels cheap in the way you done it, but like I feel like most of the D&D game that people remember isn't usually the start. It's usually what happens in between and the BBG. Would you say I'm right there?
Yeah, no. It's just that you talking about like your guards. I'm just like, you know what? I would actually enjoy to just run like a D&D campaign where everyone are just guards, and rather than go on some grand quest to stop an evil dragon, it's hey, there's been some thievery happening in this like section of town. It's like go there, find out what's going on, arrest the thief if you can.
I literally have a campaign ready for that. would you like to? You know what? We'll talk about this later in private, but I have ideas. Now
I see.
let's go into recipe for adventure.
Yeah.
We got good old Freshfield. I also put the ghost shark in
Hmm.
the GM layer just to make him look a
Yep.
bit spookier.
Yeah. And I believe where we left off, you were suggesting we go check out the library.
The library, yes. All right, we're in the library now.
Yeah. So, I think first things first that makes complete sense is in almost any traditional library, being underwater for this long, most stuff is going to be ruined.
Most stuff, yes, yep, that sounds about right.
However, I think anyone going to visit the library is still going to be hoping to find out something.
Mm, 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 mm.
So I suggest, since this is our first optional location,
Yeah.
that we should actually reward them with something.
Okay.
My suggestion is like maybe in the simplest way, just world building and lore, and do it through like stone tablets and like those like
Oh.
cool murals and such.
Oh yeah. Maybe this. So, what race were these people? Like, do we just want to be bored? Do we just want to, like, just brush past and say they were humans for now, or do we want to like say something specific?
Now that's the fun thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think like we can say humans. Everyone will say humans.
Mm.
I think we should go a little bit fun.
Okay.
So they've built robots.
Yeah. So they're pretty advanced.
So they're decently advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of races that can get decently advanced, I think of gnomes.
Oh, well, short people.
Yeah, like there's gnomes which are a bit more like fey-like, but there's also like rock gnomes who
Mm.
are a bit more techie. They like to build gadgets and magical devices. They
Okay.
like naturally gravitate towards artificing,
Okay.
and we haven't really established too much. But like I think gnomes could be a big bet. Now, on the other hand, we've just designed everything with like kind of a rough scale and size,
Mm-hmm.
and so gnome is a good option.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms like we haven't really shown anything so far in like the marketplace, or I guess the marketplace is the only place we've really shown
Mm.
because like with a gnome society, things would typically be smaller in scale.
Oh, I don't mind it being bigger, if only because like the
Yeah,
gnomes here could be like, "Hey, we welcome everyone to come trade with us." So they like
yeah.
build a lot of things in mind of like the bigger folks.
Because like gnomes, like a gnome kind of thing, kind of speaks to me. But I'd also be okay with like maybe something uh, a bit different. Like maybe they were dwarves, but
Mm-hmm.
not like mountain dwarves, like the hill dwarf,
Okay.
the ones that typically live more on the surface, and that would like describe a lot of like the stone architecture,
Oh
even though it's
yeah.
above ground. Um, hmm, I don't know. Maybe we go crazy and be like, this was an an advanced orc society, and like the loss of this town and the center of their civilization led them to like regress heavily into barbarianism.
No, I'm okay with it being dwarves because I just had a thought. And this could go into like the whole lore of Kraken's Pearl and such like that.
Yeah.
In the library, there could be a mural of
Hmm.
the dwarves getting cursed or something. There is a mural of the dwarves being cursed and turning into Suagan.
Ooh.
I forgot how to spell Suhagan again.
If you just look at the if you get a roll 20, Sahuagin.
Wait, SAH?
Uagin.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Sahuagin.
Sahwagin. Okay, that's an easy way to remember it. All right, so and that could be a bit of knowledge and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So when the players go back to like the surface or meet up with the Sahagins, like, hey, you guys used to be hill dwarves, but of course, like, yeah,
It's so long ago that like the chances of them even remembering that are slim.
oh yeah, like some of them might like say it's like, oh no, don't bring that up, sort of thing. But like, yeah, none of the Sahagin now were dwarves ever.
Hmm. And it's like maybe it was called like so. Another thing to think about is like so why was the city called Kraken's Pearl? Because that might be part of the like I imagine a hill dwarf society.
Oh, they wouldn't.
Oh,
It wasn't originally called Krakenspell. Of course, of course.
well, I was also going to go with like it was an island hill dwarf nation,
Yeah.
and they did cool things like um think like the old metal diver suits.
Yeah. Oh.
And so it was a sea-based society, and the dwarves, rather than mining for like gems, they would go deep sea diving in metal suits
Mm.
to like claim pearls and such.
That it was a society of dwarves that lived on an island that used deep diving suits to gather their riches. But then they dove too deep and doomed their city, their kingdom.
It's like normally it's digging too deep. This time they dove too deep.
I just love that idea.
Tradition. I mean, traditions matter, and I mean, like for anyone who runs this campaign, they get to tell that joke.
Mm-mm-mm.
So
So we'll mention like at this point, the kingdom was renamed to Kraken's Pearl. The original name has been wiped from history, and any reference to it has been destroyed.
ooh,
So if they look on the stone tablets, it's like the municipality of blank. Like even just boring stuff like that. It's like welcome to the city of blank.
but yeah, like oh, I'm loving the idea. It's like they the dwarves had like you know metal robots, and they had metal suits for the dwarves to dive down underwater and
Mm-mm.
like gather riches, and like certain like igneous rocks that form naturally, like deep underground, like deep underwater.
Mm-mm-mm.
Just oh, I love the idea, and like you can even like then just go back. It's like why is Castronopolis filled with tunnels? It's like
Yeah.
it just leads back to the dwarves anyway.
Yeah. They did their thing. They did the thing.
Yeah, it's like the reason the Swagan live in the tunnel networks is like that last kind of remnants of the dwarvism that they used to be.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I like this. I like this.
The lore is fantastic. So, do we want to have anything actually useful in the library itself? Like, even if it's only useful for Kraken's Pearl? Because I'm thinking, like, maybe in the library they get a, uh, you know what? Like, I'm thinking, okay, if you go back to the map, right?
Yep.
Um, I'm thinking when they start off, obviously they're at this entrance, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the entire area is pretty much hidden except for like very specific areas. So maybe they'll like they can see like up to this area and they can see this over here. And the idea is if they go to the library, they can find out all the major landmarks.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah, give them a map. So noticeable loot is like the library contains a tablet showing all notable landmarks of Kraken's Pearl.
So I guess something important to say as well. It's like, well, I think with your idea, I think the smithy should be visible as well, just because of the huge bubble column.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that.
Because
So
like that
that
was something we talked about already. It's like the smithy is like you can tell the smithy's there because of this huge bubble column.
we might even
Um,
make the guard tower, visible as well. In that case,
so the other thing I want to discuss is library safe zone, or should it hold a certain level of danger?
hmm, I don't know. To be honest,
Because so far we've only got one location that our friendly little ghost shark can nip on our toes.
I mean, I'm okay with it being like a random encounter area. In that, like, oh, you know what? Let's make it a dungeon almost.
Well, the Kraken's Pearl is technically like part of the dungeon.
Mm-mm.
So
All right,
like
let's. I do actually want to. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's make it a safe-ish area. But I also want to say, like, if the players spend too long down here, uh,
mhm.
the white ghost can turn up. Is that what we call them? The Milky
uh
White.
yeah, the Milky Way.
Yeah, the Milky White. I put it.
Because
I put them on the GM layer because I thought that'd be
yeah,
neat.
because like the thing I'm thinking is like, do I want to build a map for the library?
Mm-mm. Let's just put all the details of the library in first. So, like, it doesn't have to be
Yeah,
anything too interesting. Libraries can also be places of research in theory.
yeah.
Um, I know we mentioned this earlier, but do we want to put a Warforged Titan somewhere, or just a Warforged Titan's like weapon? So, like,
Well,
it would be a library slash museum almost.
I did say
Yep.
you can put a Warforged Titan somewhere.
Mm.
The initial plan, I should remind you, is for us to use one later as a boss.
Oh yeah.
But if you want, I am totally cool with like a rusted Warforged Titan that could barely function from being underwater for so long.
So the characters are they level 3 or level 4 at this point? I
They're
forget.
level 4.
They're level 4. Okay, they can probably deal with it. I
Well, I mean, if it's rusted and busted,
That's what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
like, yeah,
There's a mural of a Warforged Titan lifting up shipwrecks as salvage. So the idea is these Warforged Titans weren't necessarily machines of war. They were giant salvage demolishers type things.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
So the Warforged Titan, the stat block from Aberon, Rising of the Last War, has a typical Warforged Titan at CR8.
Oh yeah,
But if he's like rusted and like
even missing a
slow and
limb or
underwater,
something. Yeah.
yeah, we can definitely like. Well, what I might do is I am gonna stat block or chuck the stat block of the Warforged Titan into Roll20 because it doesn't naturally have it, and then once I'm done, and you can continue playing the library, and I'll bounce off you there, but I'll get this set up, and we can have a look at it once it's done,
Do we want to call it
and we can work
something
out.
else, like
We
Warforged?
we'll adjust the name, but
Yeah.
I'll use the Titan as this as the
Oh, as the actual, yeah.
base.
We'll call it a salvage Titan.
Salvage Titan. Good name. I like it. I'll set this up. You continue talking about the library, and I'll let you know once I'm done.
Hmm. Wait, what do you want me to do?
Well, I mean, while I'm working in the background,
Yep.
continue discussing library stuff.
Oh, okay. So that implies
Yeah.
the construct is used for salvage instead of war. Okay. It uses a modified version of the Warforged Titan. Okay, so I'm just thinking like of loot and useful things they could get. So we've already got the thing that lets them see where everything is. Um,
Yeah,
oh,
like I think that's like as far as a reward, that's not a bad reward right then and there.
okay. So I have one more idea. So
Hmm.
we don't have to have it specifically in the library, the item itself, but maybe the library mentions, oh, by the way, the theater or the whatchamacallit, the the temple has has a really awesome item and such like that.
Well, I was thinking like yeah, because like as a former dwarvish nation,
Mhm.
I think it'd be cool to give them a dwarven styled item if they can find it, and yeah, the temple would be the best place for it.
Okay, so we don't have anything specifically for a strength-based character yet, like
No.
paladin, fighter, or barbarian, like paladin, fighter, barbarian sort of thingy. So
Mm.
how about we give a what kind of weapon? Because like I don't want to go trident again, just because we've already got a
No,
trident.
no. Trident doesn't make as much sense right now.
Hello, everybody. We're back. I had a little accident. I broke my favorite cup by accident. So I'm very, very sad, and I hope it doesn't happen again. But what can you do?
You can't re-break your cup again. That can't happen.
I guess. But like, what if I get another one? But
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's a new cup that you're breaking, not breaking the same cup.
I guess. So, anyways, I believe we were talking about a new item. Um, so I'm
Yeah.
like, do we want to make it a great sword or long sword, or do we want to like sort of leave it up to GM discretion and then like come up with the enchantment ourselves?
We could do that. Part of me was thinking maybe give out like a belt of dwarven kind
Oh, okay.
as like a not a weapon, but definitely something that's more useful for you know.
I keep forgetting that we don't have to give weapons out. Okay. So strength-based character. Any strength-based
Like,
character can benefit.
well, technically anyone can benefit,
I suppose
but
so.
a melee fighter will be definitely happy.
That mentions that the temple down south. Um, you know what? No. What are those lists where like there's a tablet that contains an inventory. That's right. That contains an inventory of items at the temple down south. Most of these objects are things like incense, candles, items of worship, but they also have these notable exceptions. So, obviously, we'd have the belt of dwarven strength. So, how does that belt of dwarven strength work? Does it just literally give
Uh,
you like,
so the belt of dwarven kind,
yeah? Oh,
compared to the giant strength, what the belt of dwarven kind does is it increases your constitution by 2 while
yeah.
you wear it.
Okay.
You also have advantage on charisma persuasion checks made when talking to dwarves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and as a fun little side, while attuned to the belt, you have a 50% chance each day to grow a full beard if you're capable of growing one,
Oh my god, I'm reading it right
or
now.
a visibly thicker beard if you already have one.
Oh,
And if
I
you
love
are
that.
not a dwarf, you also get some dwarvish traits as well.
All right, I'm gonna I'm not gonna call this unique items. I'm gonna rename unique items to notable items because
Yep.
we obviously did not come up with the belt of dwarven kind. Belt of dwarven kind found in Kraken's Pearl Temple.
But yeah, if you wanna give it a little bit of history too, it'd
To
be cool if it's like this is the first belt of dwarven kind ever made, or something
for
cool like that.
oh yeah. Okay. Notable for being the first belt of its kind ever made. I actually want to give something in the temple that Owl could use as well, because I've just realized we've kind of been like, what do you call it? Forgetting about him a bit. So
Well,
something.
I mean, we're going to have like random encounters and like monster battles where we'll be able to give out notable loot for Al. So
Mm-mm. Do we want to like have anything else notable in like this tablet just to let players know like, oh, we could totally use this thing. So like, even if it's
mm,
just mm,
I think one or two more items
mm,
could be really cool.
nothing as crazy as the belt of dwarven kind, of course, but like,
No,
uh, I know, a bundle of diamond tipped arrows or bolts. DM can change this on what kind of depending on the party. Yeah, no, we'll just keep it as diamond tipped arrows. If they want to change it to something themselves, that's up to them. So a bundle of diamond tipped arrows. Ignore damage resistance. What other items can we find in a temple of like dwarves and such like that? That's
yeah,
very noticeable.
I'm having a look. I'm trying to not give out anything too. Ooh, ooh. How good is that? Give me a second.
Oh, you found something?
Dwarf. Hmm. That might be a bit too good. I saw that there was like dwarven plate, and I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool to have like a special set of armor that is like the diving suit, right?
Mm-mm-mm.
I was
Actually,
like, what does dwarven plate
not
do?
even a bundle of diamond tipped arrows. Now that I think about it, sorry. Uh, a giant, a giant diamond, the largest that was salvaged from the depths. Worth how much are diamonds usually worth? Like I'm gonna
Um. Ooh, that's. I can find that out pretty quickly because I'm staring at the treasure section.
check up the resurrection spell, see how much diamond you need for that. So it's just normally like when people talk about the resurrection spell and spells of that ilk, it's like, oh, you need like
A
multiple
diamond's worth this much.
yeah.
Yeah.
So resurrection, you need a diamond worth at least 1000 GP, which the spell consumes. Um, what's the mini version that you can get at level 1? Revification, I think. Revify.
Yeah.
Diamonds worth. Oh, okay. So the wording's very different. So Revify says you need diamonds, implying you can have more than one worth 300
Yeah.
GP. And then Resurrection is the big one.
Okay.
is there something
So
above? Yep, go on.
the there is a diamond in like the gemstones. The diamond cost is 5,000 GP.
Oh, do we want to give players something like that?
That's like a decent amount of money.
I think
It's like the
1000
message.
GP is fine. Like,
Yeah, if it's a 1,000 gemstone, there's 8 to pick from.
mm-mm.
An emerald, a blue sapphire, a fire opal, a
we'll just
regular opal,
we'll just say
a
that
star ruby.
I'm just happy to say it's a very, very big diamond.
Okay.
A giant diamond, the largest that was salvaged from the depths, worth 1000 GP. Like, if the players don't want
Actually,
it,
no.
they can sell
No.
it, but
If it's
otherwise.
salvaged from the depths, then shouldn't it be a pearl? Like the largest pearl?
Oh, that's a good point. A giant pearl, the largest that was salvaged from the depths. Do any
Yeah.
spell components use a pearl? I'm pretty sure they would be, but I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I think there's one or two.
Okay, let's see. There's one that requires powdered diamonds and opals, tiny tarts, feathers. I like how a lot of the spells, like components, are just puns. Like, read
Yeah.
thoughts. You use a copper coin, so like literally a penny for your thoughts. It's so dumb, and I kind of love it for it. Oh, time stop does not have any. Huh. Oh, pfft. Do you want the one for tongueses?
Tongues. I do not off the top of my head.
It's a clay model of a ziggurat of a tower.
Oh,
So,
the Tower of Babel.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well
Oh,
played.
oh, it's lovely. Um, okay, yeah, no, 1000 GP pearl. That's good enough, I think. And I do want to give a third thing, just because, rule of three and all that stuff. So the
Well,
library, yeah?
like that's why I suggested we give out one of the metal suits that the dwarves used to like do underwater diving,
We
and
don't.
basically treat it as like a plate mail of water breathing.
Okay, okay. We don't have to put it in the temple. Um, we can also say there's a tablet for the guardhouse as well. So, okay, so there is a tablet that contains the inventory of items at the guardhouse down south, east, southwest. Most of these objects are things like weapons, armor, and rations. Okay. Mundane. So I also want to give the players a reason to go here.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a shipment of health potions. Let's say, how many health potions would you say a guardhouse would have in the inventory?
I'd say 10. 10's a good number.
10 health potions. However, only 4 are found when the players arrive. So the idea is either the guards have already drunk them, or they've been
Been
broken.
destroyed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the diving suit. Dwarven diving suit. Alright, so I want to give very specific rules for the Dwarven diving suit.
Mm-hmm. I would trade it as a notable magic item.
Dwarven diving suit. Okay. Found in Kraken's Pearl Guard Tower. Okay, so behaves as a full plate? Is that what it's called? Full plate?
I think it's just referred to as plate armor.
Plate armor. Ah, really? I understand why they did it, but it did feel like they dumbed
Well,
down.
it's plate and half plate.
Oh, okay. So they do differentiate it a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So plate armor. Okay. Behaves as a set of plate armor with the following traits. Set of okay. So number one, gives the user water breathing. Reduces movement by 5 feet if the user is not a dwarf. Because the idea is that it's not well fitted otherwise.
Yeah.
Wondering if I want to give it anything else. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Well, it's a dwarvish diving suit.
Yeah.
How about you can move at regular speed in water as long as you are walking along the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay. You can... Wait. Ignore... You can... Okay, wait. You can move at normal speeds and ignore difficult terrain in water as long as you start and end your movement on solid ground. How does that sound like for
Oh,
wording?
that's good. That's good. I like that. So
Mm-mm.
you can do like a leap over some stuff type.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's good. It's like it slows you down a little bit, but realistically, if you don't have a swim speed, you're technically faster wearing the suit, and you can just like do the astronaut jog underwater.
That's kind of the thought I was going for. Ba, ba, ba. Gives the user water breathing and advantage against gaseous attacks and hazards. So because like you give water breathing, I can imagine this thing being like, because it is
Mm-hmm.
watertight, if you use like a magical gas against someone, like it can leak into the suit, but for all intents and purposes, like
Ooh, there's actually a magical.
oh yeah,
Um,
it's like the bubble head sort of thing, isn't it?
well, no, there's a mind flayer item, magical item that actually does that, protects you against gases.
Ooh, like just full on.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna have to go searching for that.
Like for balance reasons, I don't want to make them completely immune.
But like this is an optional reward for going to what will be a dangerous place.
Okay, so you want to make them
Uh,
immune to it. All right.
let me see if I can find.
Immunity against gaseous attacks and hazards as long as the suit is fully worn. So like I imagine the player like will sometimes take off the helmet to drink something, so if they get caught like flat-footed they're screwed, but otherwise.
Yeah.
So the Dwarvish diving suit. So you know what? I'll say like the tablet says they have six Dwarvish diving suits, but then only one is intact.
Okay.
However,
Here we go. I did just found it. The survival mantle. A creature wearing a survival mantle can
yeah.
breathe normally in any environment, including a vacuum, and has advantage on saving throws against harmful gases such as those created by a cloud kill spell, a sticky cloud spell, inhaled poisons, and the breath weapon of some dragons. Want me to
Oh,
just like copy and paste that, and you can just rip it apart and use it as you need it?
yeah, sure.
There we go. Well, that okay. That put a lot of dot points in, but there you go. That's from an actual. That's from Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Oh, that's too comprehensive. You know what? I'm just not going to use that because I'm just reading it
Okay, that's
now.
fine.
It's like, hot damn.
Okay,
I'm okay with leaving it up to interpretation and stuff like that.
that's fine. I just like for obvious reasons. I'm like, wait a second. I recognize something like this.
Mm-mm-mm. I swear there was a bubble type helmet that you could get, like
Yeah.
spell.
For like spell jamming.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well. Um.
Well, there's
Anyway.
also the cap of water breathing, which makes a bubble around your head as well.
Mm-mm-mm. So
Yeah.
those are the notable items inside the library. Do we want to add anything extra, or do we just want to make it more lore stuff?
Um, you go to the library for information, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think we've given a lot of information from the library.
Do we want to? You know what? I do want to add one more thing then, because I'm just
Mm-hmm.
realized. Um, the library will also talk about like the actual castle and its defenders. So that's where the Warforged Titan could be, or the Salvage Titan.
Okay.
Unless we want the Salvage Titan somewhere else. Now that I think about it, like, hmm. You know, we'll say the Salvage Titan is in the temple.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Salvage Titan, I have his stats up.
Ooh.
So if you want to open up and have a look, you can see that at the moment he's very dangerous.
Where is he?
Just in the journal, very top, Salvage Titan.
Oh, here we go. Huge construct, 20 AC. So this is the, is this the full on like 8?
Yep. This is the Warforged Titan stat block to a T, with just the
Okay.
name swapped out.
Okay. Conditions, I mean, it's okay. Double edit platforms. One without squeezing. Okay, so. Axe hand, yep. Hammer fist, yep. Sweeping axe, yep. Multi attack. Alright, so to make him more fair,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we can give him like the rusted slash decrepit like
Yeah.
status. What
I,
do we?
I, I think I think reduce his armor class by like 3 from it being like rusted.
Mm-mm-mm.
I think it's a good, and maybe turn down his HP a couple of die as well. Maybe down to like 8 dice, 8d12 instead of well, actually no, leave the dice, and reduce his like Constitution modifier because at the moment he has 22 con. Maybe reduce it to like 18,
Mm-mm-mm.
and that'll chunk its HP a bit as well.
Mm.
So that'll bring us that down to 40. So 105 HP, 17 AC. Still very strong, still very dangerous. And another thing I'm definitely thinking is reducing its speed. I'm gonna literally cut in half to 20.
Okay. I do want to do something for the sweeping recharge actually. Now that I think about it, now that I'm reading it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'm just gonna put it in brackets. Note. Um, this attack can hit environmental. Wait, parts of the environment. Parts of the environment, thus destroying them. Because I can't. If we're having it in temple, there's going to be columns and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking of swapping out either the axe or the hammer for like a claw instead,
Oh yeah, yeah,
for it to like
claw.
pick up things.
Okay. In that case, hammer fist will just be salvage claw. Salvage claw. Um, it could still be bludgeoning.
Yeah,
If the target is a creature, it must succeed on its DC 17 saving throw or be grappled.
grappled.
Grappled. And the sweeping axe would stay exactly the same. What else?
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's like it's a strength save because it hits you and it starts to constrict, and you have to basically force your way out of it before you're fully grabbed. I like that.
Salvage Titan. Okay, so
Do we want to reduce the damage a little bit as well?
I'm okay with the damage being as high as it is. If
Hmm.
there's a way to either reduce the damage or reduce its accuracy. So my idea is, um,
Well, at the moment, it's slow
mm,
or slowed.
rusted parts. So I would say, so how many hit points does it have? 105.
Yep.
Due to its failing parts and a virtual eternity without maintenance, the salvage Titan is falling apart. For for every 20 HP it loses, reduce its to hit by 1 and its damage by 1 point.
Okay.
There we go.
I like that. That's cool. So the more quickly you take it down, the less likely you are to get horribly mangled by it.
Yeah.
Cool. And I will reduce this guy down to. I think he's probably now technically around challenge rating 6.
I think there's one more thing we can do with him, but we won't work on him directly in terms of like his character sheets. I think
Yeah.
one thing we can do is put him like, because he's in the temple, the idea was
Hmm.
that he was there to be like worshipped because that's where the like, the dwarves went wrong sort of thing. It's like instead of
Hmm.
worshipping the gods, they started worshipping like these things. Um, we put him in a temple and they started building around the temple, so it's like claustrophobic and stuff like that. So the
So, so this guy is the monster of the temple.
yeah, pretty much. And they can't. I like the idea that they can't. Like it can't move freely around unless it destroys parts of the temple.
Ooh, I like that.
So okay, features of note: temple monster, temple salvage titan. Okay, there we go.
Ooh, that'll be a really cool sort of underwater.
Like boss fight.
Just like, yep.
Do you want to work on this next time, like the salvage titan fight next time, or do you want to save it for like near the end before the
We will
castle?
we will work on the salvage titan thing once we get to the temple.
Okay. Sorry guys, we're not working on the salvage titan. Hey, we're gonna be working on either the guards or the theater
The
next,
dome. Yep.
the dome. But yes, I think, oh gosh, I think we did good work on the salvage titan, and it was a bit of a tangent, honestly. Um, I will mention in temple constricted, lots of uh, ruined columns. Also has the salvage titan as a optional boss fight. Okay, just to remind myself that that's what we'll be doing once we reach the temple. Um,
Yep.
okay, do we want to put anything else inside the the guardhouse from like that they can figure out from the tablet. So they read it's like, oh, there's a
Well,
bunch of mundane weapons, armor, and rations, most of which probably rusted away and dead and stuff like that.
no, I think that's enough.
Okay.
I think that's good enough.
I still
Now,
I still love the
so
gag how it says 10 health potions and 6 dwarvish aving suits, and it's like, no, most of that's gone.
yeah, no, I think it's a good like world building. It's like there's plenty there, and you get that. It's like, yeah, they were there. They're not intact though at this point.
Most of it's missing as well. Maybe they've been stolen or taken by the
Hmm.
guards and scattered to the winds. We don't
Yeah,
know.
though I'm loving the idea of the dwarvish diving suits at the guards because like maybe this was like near the beach, and
Mm-mm-mm.
so the guard tower was like literally like almost like lifeguards.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when someone in the water had trouble, the freaking guards would put on the diving suits, dive in the water, and like fight like a giant shark
So
underwater
it's
or
not a
something.
guard tower, it's a lifeguard tower.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. Oh, I'm just imagining a bunch of like dwarves and speedos now, and like the zinc across their nose. It's like Bondi Rescue, except Kraken's Pearl Rescue.
Well, yeah, it's like if you're just on the beach, you got the just like the budgie smugglers. But if something deep underwater's happening, put on the full diving suit. Let's go. Underwater battle time.
Yay! Oh, I love that. I love that so
But
much.
yes. So before we go too crazy into the guardhouse, we haven't fought anything yet in our little exploration underwater.
No.
So if we're not going to have the library itself be an area of combat, we're going to have to start putting fights everywhere else.
Yeah, okay. Like, do we just want
So
to keep it
I'm
as random encounters, to be honest, or?
oh, I mean that is technically easier for me
Hmm.
because I don't have to deal with maps. Because yeah, if you want to make it so that most locales don't have enemies in them per se, but rather traversing between them is the problem,
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm fine with that. And then we just have to work on what random encounters there are
Hmm.
at some point in time. Because yeah, that's also a good way to do it, right? It's
Yeah.
like you have your points of safety, and then traveling between them is where the danger happens.
The relative safety, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm fine with that.
Okay. I think we're done here with the library then in that case.
Hmm.
Um, all right. My name is Freebywits. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and bye-bye.
Ciao.